Secretary of State West Street.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Why does the Health Secretary think he has any licence to lecture the British people on their moral duty to pay taxes when he spent so many years avoiding his own?
Mr. Speaker, we want.
I'm not quite sure it's relevant to the question of topicals.
I'm very happy to answer, if you allow me, because the honourable gentleman, he could have asked me a question on anything to do with health and care, anything he wanted, but instead he chooses to talk about my personal affairs before public life. That was his choice. He could have asked me, Mr. Speaker, he could have asked me about the COVID backlogs that he pretends that he cares so much about. He could have asked me about how, perhaps given me suggestions.
Order. Secretary of State, just say, I've got it. There are questions and your responsibilities. No, we can have another try. West Street.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd just say to the Secretary of State, be careful what you wish for. I hope he will at least reply to the letter I sent him last Thursday. I'll place a copy in the library of the House. He's been stonewalling journalist questions, but since he says he wants to talk about the government's record, let me ask him about that instead. Because we went into the pandemic with NHS waiting lists already at 4.5 million. We went into the pandemic with NHS staff shortages of 100,000. We went into the pandemic with social care staffing vacancies of 112,000. So it isn't just the case the Tories didn't fix the roof while the sun was shining. They dismantled the roof, removed the floorboards, and now they have no plan to fix it. So where is the Secretary of State's plan to fix the NHS crisis?
Once again, I'll remind that topicals are short and punchy, not lengthy statements rather than a question. Now, I just want to say there's a lot of backbenchers on both sides who deserve to get in, who want to raise constituency matters. Please, let's give them time. I don't want a lengthy fallout, and they are health questions. Secretary of State.
Mr. Speaker, you've been very generous to the honourable gentleman, but another try you gave, but another failure in asking a question. Again, he's not talking about the serious issues, and it shows once again that he will play petty party politics. Labour has no plan for the challenges that this country faces.
Can I just reassure the Secretary of State for Health? I wasn't being generous. The actual Shadow Secretary of State did have 2 questions, so I've not been generous in any shape, way or form. Mark Fletcher.
Mr. Speaker, we've all seen the